Welcome to another episode of The Real Talk Trader, and today we've got some girl power on the podcast, finally. Lucy, welcome. How are you?
Thank you for having me. No, I'm good. It's nice to be here. I watch all the episodes, so it's nice to be in one now.
How have you been? Have you had a good week?
Yes, I've had a busy week, home-wise and trading-wise, but it's been a positive week, so yes.
Oh, we love to hear that. Right, let's go to the beginning. We want to know your journey because you've had some ups and downs. Like, we're not going to lie. You're going to go through all of that with us. But you are now funded and you're just about to get your first payout. So let's start from the beginning. And tell us a bit about you, what got you into trading and what got you into next gen.
So I've been trading now for over 3 years, which feels absolutely wild to say. I got into trading because I was actually on unpaid maternity leave at the time, and a friend of mine recommended learning to trade. So I signed up to an academy, kind of got started with all that. And to be honest, kind of always felt like as part of manual trading, I was constantly comparing myself to other people's journeys. Mm-hmm. I was that person that just would sit there and think, why is it not clicking with me? But yet everybody else seems to get it.
Yeah.
I think a big part of that was social media, because sometimes what you see isn't always what you get. And that's the one thing I love about Next Gen is like it's been transparent from the very start. So yeah, I started learning when I was on unpaid maternity leave. Mm-hmm. I went through a relationship breakdown. So I went from sort of 2-income household to no income at all because I wasn't being paid. Yeah. So it was just that whole like, I need money. Soon, very quickly realised that trading is not a get rich quick scheme. But the process of it, fell in love with understanding the charts and stuck at it ever since. And I guess I kind of always had in the back of my head, like I knew the potential of trading and I knew what it could give, but I always kind of hitting that 3-year mark, I was getting to a point where I was like, why is nothing happening for me? And then I stumbled across you guys.
You did.
I joined Next Gen last August now, so 6 months, which feels wild because the amount of like progress, the amount of success that I've had in these 6 months literally outweighs the last 3 years of trying to manually trade, which is incredible. Like you said, I've had some ups, I've had some downs, but
you have. We're gonna really get into them. But go back to the start of, because when we had our first conversations, you were really not sure whether to join. You were nervous about joining. What made you join in the end, and how did you find the setup process and getting going?
Yeah, so for me, I'd always paid for education. So for me, it was never a cost. It was never like a cost concern of being like, do I trust that this platform is going to give me what its money's worth? Because I'd done things previously that I kind of jumped into without hesitation. Yeah, it was more of I'd never heard of automated trading for one. So I was like, wow, you're telling me I've just sat for 3 years staring at these stocks, marking up stop losses, marking up take profits for what? When the automated trading existed and it had never been spoken about before to me. So it wasn't that I was skeptical. It was just kind of that like fear of the unknown, I suppose. And also all of the people that I actually saw doing it was nobody that I knew at the time. So I didn't have anyone familiar to me, anyone that I would have considered like a friend or someone that I'd got a connection with that was involved in it, whereas everything previous had always been referred by someone I knew, someone I trusted.
Yes, yeah.
So for me, it was kind of that initial step was trusting you rather than trusting the system, which from the first conversation, I was just like, okay, sign me up. I'm good. Let's go.
How did you find the first call? So we did the demo call together and then we had a few more conversations. How did you find them? Because a lot of people a bit worried about coming on that call because they're meeting a new person and they're not sure how it's going to go, what it's going to be about.
I think for me, it was very much like I was a bit worried I'd be overwhelmed because trading can feel overwhelming anyway.
Definitely.
So coming from manual background, I just thought, oh my God, this is going to be so much harder. That was kind of where my head was already at with it. It was like, oh my God, I'm going to have to learn something new. So I thought I'm going to come onto the call. I'm going to be really overwhelmed. I'm not going to know kind of like where to go from here. But within the first minute, I was just instantly relaxed. And I think because you'd already explained to me, like, look, this isn't network marketing. We simply show you the system. It's for you to make an informed decision of whether this is for you, whether it isn't.
Mm-hmm.
You were transparent with me from the start to say, if I don't think this is for you, I'm going to tell you that, because ultimately it doesn't fit for everyone, and that's fine. Nothing does.
Uh-huh.
So the first call for me was more eye-opening to show me what was possible. I kind of was a bit like, oh, I've wasted the last 3 years. But I can remember coming off of the call with you, coming straight downstairs to my partner, and it just all came out. I was like, you can do this and you can do this. And the system for someone who has no interest in trading,
yeah.
Reese was like, can I get on a call with Gemma? Because of how I'd come off of it. So I was a bit worried. I thought I would be really overwhelmed, and it was actually completely the opposite when I actually just bit the bullet and got on the call.
And then you signed. And now you've been with us since last year. So talk us through your journey of getting set up and the ups and downs. Let's get into it.
Oh, this is the bit where I'm like, oh, don't remind me.
But it's made you the trader that you are today. And look where, if you hadn't have got over that and gone to the low point there, you wouldn't be where you are now.
100%. And so for me, I came off the call with you, obviously, as you know, and I was like, I am going to sign, I just don't know when. And it was very much like, let me get the funds together, let me sort of figure it out. And then that time frame just got cut short. I was like, no, I need to do it. So I think I actually signed the following week. I'm sure it was the following week. I was like, right, let's go. And the setup process again was, I just found it so seamless. There's so many helpful videos there to show you everything step by step, so you can take things at your own pace. There's no rush to have to do everything in one sitting. So what I would do is, I signed up on a Friday. I waited, obviously then I've got my daughter for the weekends and things, so I was like, I can't do anything now, but I'm itching to. So I did my setup for a few hours in the evening for the next few days. I was ready to trade that, like the week after. Like you
got through it quick, didn't you? With a strategy ready.
It was so seamless, and the actual setup process is not as overwhelming as I expected it to be at all. And even now, when I'm building a strategy, I still like to go back to those same videos and that same boot camp to remind myself, because you don't take everything in the first time that you listen to it. So it's always good to have that there access to for whenever I want now. Yeah.
And then so you got set up, and then how did the next few months go for you? I'm going to make you talk about it.
I'm going to go down the word of emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
I had to get past a lot of demons in my own head for me to realize Next Gen's potential. I was stuck in the mindset of network marketing, and I was stuck in the mindset of manual trading, where so many of my views had kind of been warped. I had no belief in myself at all, because I'd come from being like, I've learned for 3 years and I'm getting no results. But loads of people that started before me, started with me, started after me are getting payouts, and I'm not one of them. And so I had to give myself that boot in my mindset first. And unfortunately, it did take a hit. So I set myself up for 2 funded accounts, 2 with Alpha Capital, who I've used previously with manual trading. I'd passed funded accounts with them through manual trading, had no problems. I joined with Alpha, and I got my account into major drawdown because, and we're talking like 8%, nearly blew the account. Because I had a bit of a blip with my mindset, and I would panic. So I was closing trades early. So as soon as they were going into profit, I would close it and just be like, no, let me have that money, rather than letting them run their course, trusting the system.
Yeah, because then most of them were hitting TP, weren't they?
Yeah. So I was kind of just looking at the system being like, this is what I could have had, but actually didn't have, because I would see it go up into like, say 0.5% profit. I'd take the 0.5%. which was great until then I did have a loss. And because a loss would then wipe out 1%, I was having
it would take like 3 of the...
Yeah. So it just got a little bit wild, and I got myself into a really bad position of 8% drawdown. Came straight to you, as always, to be like, and it was just that, again, that pep talk, that confidence of you just saying, just trust the system to do its thing. Like, an account is an account. Detach yourself from like the emotion of it and just leave the system to do its thing. And I did that. And then I went on to pass both of those accounts with Alpha.
So you went from 8% drawdown to then passing it, just using next gen.
Yeah. And then I also have 100k and a 10k account with FTMO.
Yeah.
So FTMO is kind of where my focus is now. And again, I've got the FTMO accounts linked up. The FTMO account, 100k, also went 8% into drawdown.
Yeah.
That is now close to passing stage 1. So
wow.
We've literally done a 360, like 16%.
So that's pulling back 18%.
Yeah.
Just for that switch in the mindset. And
that was within 2 weeks. So that was from, I got myself into drawdown around Christmas time. And then first week and a half, 2 weeks of January, I hit pause on everything. I was like, let me look at my strategies. Let me just get myself back into a good mindset, and then we'll run it again. And within those 2 weeks of coming back, by the end of January, I was in really great profit with my 100k, nearly passing phase 1. And I'd passed my 10k account, which is actually ready for a withdrawal on Monday. So yeah.
What have you got? Like, it's 2% withdrawal, isn't it?
Just over 2% so far. Obviously, I've got today where some more could possibly trigger. I had a USD JPY one this morning that I woke up to. So,
oh, nice.
You've got at least 2%.
Nice. So how's your mindset feeling now then? Because you were at a low point, and now look at you. Like, you've pulled it right back, and it's almost like I'm speaking to a different person.
I feel like a different person though with the whole trading thing. Like, my mindset has never been in such a good place, not even just trading, but personally. And it's made such a huge difference to not even just me, but my family as well, because this doing things in the background means I'm not sitting on my laptop anymore for hours and hours and on training calls all the time. With my family, which is what I had to do for manual trading, and was getting no results. So then at some point you kind of have to give to be like, you know, I'm sacrificing a lot and I'm gaining nothing. Whereas with this, I'm not sacrificing a lot at all, and I'm gaining everything that I've wanted to gain for the last 3 years. So my mindset's done a complete flip, which is great. I just feel excited now. Like, I used to get nervous and watch the charts. I used to, if a trade was bigger, I'd constantly be wanting to check on it and watch it. And now it's the weirdest concept to me that I can just have a notification go off while I'm on the
carry on. Just carry on.
Some days I don't check, and then I look the day after and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot that trade was running.
Most of your trades trigger overnight because you post the next day and you're like, oh, I've woken up to more profit.
Yeah, it's insane. And like, I don't actually check my account every day anymore either, which is something I didn't think I'm going from checking like 20 times an hour to barely checking at all, because some days, like, I know that my strategies don't trade on a Wednesday, so there's no need for me to be looking at the charts. There's no need for me to be looking at an account that hasn't changed. Just leave it to do its thing.
That's the whole point. Like, well, that's what Next Gen's for, is for us to just leave it and carry on doing what we're doing and have that freedom that you want. So you're right. You're not sat there on millions of calls on a Sunday evening, weekdays, learning about stuff that you already know manual trading. You're just letting it make you money, and that's exactly what it's doing.
It's so refreshing. And I think the biggest thing for me as well, what's helped with my mindset, is cancelling out any sort of external noise, other opinions.
How is that affecting you? Because everyone's going to have their own opinion of manual trading, next gen. Like, if someone takes a couple of losses, manual trading or next gen, the world's ending for some people. So how have you managed that? Because you talk to a lot of people.
I do talk to a lot of people, and a lot of people have things to say. And do you know what? I can hand on heart say, when I actually joined Next Gen and I spoke to people close to me, people that know trading, people that don't, not a single person questioned my choices. And to me, that was huge.
That says everything.
Yeah, because I have had so much stick, especially from family, when I first ever started learning to trade and when I was paying for academies and I was paying for education, the amount of comments I would get where I had to just put on those headphones and block it out. Whereas when I did Next Gen, there hasn't been any of that, because people can now see me getting those results.
They see the change in you as well, probably.
Yeah, of course. And it's really hard when you are trading for so long and trying and you keep telling your family and you keep telling your friends and you keep telling people on social media, like, trust the process, but then there's nothing coming from it. Whereas now it's like 6 months in and I'm constantly sharing results. I'm constantly like, oh, past an account, I've done this, like, and not just me, like everyone in the team can share the same results, consistent.
Yeah.
So for background noise, blocking it out, it's been quite easy this time around because I've got so much trust in what we're a part of that I don't really care about anyone's opinion anyway.
I love that.
You're always going to get some people that aren't happy. The people that I would say aren't happy are either people that are too scared to try it, or that think that the minute that they sign up, it's all going to just be sunshine and rainbows and they don't actually have to put any work in. You do still have to set up. You do still have to get those strategies right. But if you were to compare the amount of time that that's going to take in comparison to trying to do that manually and back test that amount of information manually, you will be sat there until you're in a nursing home. Like,
I love that.
So it's the people that, I think more so the negative opinions come from that people doubt themselves rather than doubting the software.
100%. Yeah, they don't feel like they're at the same level as some members that have been here for years. And unfortunately, that's us as humans. That's how we think. But you've done an absolutely fantastic job. So you got that payout from that first payout from that 10K account coming next week. Absolutely amazing. And what are your favourite strategies?
Gold, of course, which is what everyone says, and USD JPY. So you
do very well with that, don't you?
They're currently the only two I'm running because I'm just like, don't break something that, like, don't fix something that's not broken.
So you've got two strategies, gold and USD JPY, and you've already you've got 18% draw 18% to pass because you're in drawdown, and now you're just taking a withdrawal from that one account that it's insane. Like, you don't need, like, it's what is it? Quality over quantity, right?
Yeah.
You've worked hard.
And this is it. It's like I'll speak to my partner about it and he'll be like, how have you done this week? And beforehand, I'd be like, oh, I've only had one trade this week. So I would want to jump into the charts for the sake of trading because I felt like I'd got fear of missing out, or I feel like I would be in the charts all the time. Whereas now I'm like, oh, okay, cool. It's not traded for a week. Like, it's fine. We're still like 5% up this month. And now it's just a whole different, it's just a different ball game. I can't even, my only regret is not starting sooner.
Oh, I love that. And now look at you. Like, you're about to get that 100K and I can't wait. Honestly, 6 months, as I say to everyone, we're going to get you back on because it's all about seeing progress, whether it's good progress or you've taken a few losses and maybe lost an account, because that does happen. But one final question then that I ask everyone. What would you say to someone that's sitting on the fence and unsure about joining?
Remove the fence panel and get to work. Like, just do it. You obviously are on the fence for a reason, because you see what we saw and you see the potential. You know what the system's capable of. Otherwise, you would have never have got on the fence in the first place. So there's obviously some part of that person that thinks this is worth doing. And 9 times out of 10, it is fear, isn't it, that why people don't start, and that's understandable. But the way I'm starting to look at things now is, what is scarier? Either being in the same place that you are now in another 12 months' time, or taking a leap of something, because the only thing that can happen is your situation's either going to get better or stay the same. It can't get any worse by just trying.
Yeah.
So you're not losing anything. All that's going to happen is you're going to kick yourself exactly like I am now for not starting sooner, because you will keep seeing us get results. And instead of being a part of it, you're just going to be that same person that watches the story. So
I love that. I love that. Right, Lucy, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your journey. I feel like I've been on this journey with you for this whole time. So guys, if you want to know or speak to Lucy anything more about Next Gen, her Instagram is now up on the screen. Please pop her a message and she'll be able to give you all the information and get you on a Zoom to show you exactly how Next Gen works. Thank you, Lucy.
Amazing. Thanks for having me.